You've been lied to about success. You've been told to hustle harder, to chase every opportunity, to network endlessly, and to obsess over every little detail. But let me ask you, has that actually made you feel in control of your career? Or are you constantly stressed, frustrated, and wondering why you still don't feel like you're winning? Here's the truth. Real career success isn't about chasing everything. It's about mastering yourself. And that's where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism isn't some ancient, boring philosophy reserved for old scholars. It's a power move for navigating the chaos of the modern workplace. Imagine walking into any situation, bad boss, office politics, unexpected failures, and being unshakable. No overreacting, no self-doubt, no wasted energy on things you can't control. Just laser focus, resilience, and the ability to turn any challenge into an opportunity. That's the power of Stoic principles, and in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can use them to take back control of your career, command respect, and move forward with absolute clarity, no matter what gets thrown your way. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, drained, or at the mercy of external circumstances, keep watching. Because by the end of this video, you'll have a mindset so solid that no setback, no boss, and no rejection will ever hold you back again. Let's get into it. Number 1, kill your passion, follow purpose. Everyone's been lying to you. Since childhood, you've been told, follow your passion and success will follow. Sounds inspiring, right? But here's the brutal truth. Passion is a terrible career strategy. Passion fades. Passion is fickle. Passion makes you chase excitement instead of mastery. And let's be honest, just because you love something doesn't mean you're good at it or that it will pay your bills. Now I know what you're thinking. So what? I'm supposed to just give up on what I love? Not exactly, but instead of blindly chasing passion, what if you followed something stronger, something more reliable? Purpose. See, purpose is different. Passion is about what excites you in the moment. Purpose is about what matters long term. Passion says, I love doing this. Purpose asks, does this contribute to something bigger than me? Passion burns out. Purpose builds momentum. We've all been there, stuck in a job, a project, or even a hobby that we thought we loved, only to wake up one day feeling completely drained. You tell yourself, but I used to love this. What happened? What happened is that passion alone wasn't enough. It felt good until it didn't. That's why musicians who love playing guitar give up when they don't get famous. Why aspiring writers abandon their books when they don't hit a bestseller list. Why people hop from one job to another, chasing excitement instead of impact. I learned this lesson the hard way. Years ago, I was obsessed with a creative project, poured my heart into it. But the moment things got tough, my passion wavered. I started doubting myself. And you know what snapped me out of it? Realizing that my commitment had been based on how it made me feel rather than how it served a greater purpose. Once I stopped chasing passion and started working with a clear purpose, to create, to contribute, to build something lasting, I became unstoppable. Passion made me excited. Purpose made me disciplined. This isn't about giving up on what you love. It's about making sure what you love is backed by something deeper. So when passion fades, and it will fade, you're not left empty-handed. It's about playing the long game, about building something that doesn't just make you feel good today, but matters tomorrow. Your career, your work, your legacy. It's not about chasing sparks. It's about building a fire that doesn't go out. So, kill your passion, follow your purpose, and watch what happens when you stop chasing fleeting excitement and start building something real. Number 2, weaponize indifference. Let me tell you something that might sound a little ruthless. Caring too much is ruining your success. Not caring at all. That's obviously reckless. But caring too much about people's opinions, about office politics, about every little piece of feedback turns you into an emotional wreck. And worse, it makes you easy to control. The solution: weaponize indifference, not apathy. Indifference. The ability to detach from unnecessary stress and focus only on what truly matters. Now, I know what you're thinking. But isn't caring what makes me a good person, a good employee, a good friend? Of course. But let's be real. How often has over-caring actually helped you? When was the last time stressing over someone's judgment improved your work? When did obsessing over a passive-aggressive email actually change anything? Exactly. Most of the time, caring too much drains you, distracts you, and keeps you stuck in a loop of self-doubt. Meanwhile, the people who don't overthink every little thing, they move faster, they decide quicker, and, let's be honest, they get ahead. We've all been there. You get a vague email from your boss, and suddenly you're spiraling. What did I do wrong? Am I getting fired? A coworker gets praised in a meeting, and you wonder if your contributions even matter. You're working late nights, going above and beyond, but the promotion goes to the guy who doesn't even seem to try. Frustrating, right? Here's the hard truth. The world doesn't reward effort. It rewards results. And people who are emotionally tangled in every little detail rarely deliver at their full potential. I learned this the hard way. I once spent an entire weekend stressing over a piece of feedback from my manager. "Could you tweak this?" That's all he said. No criticism, no anger, just a simple request. But my overthinking brain turned it into a full-blown crisis. I rewrote everything 3 times. I obsessed over what he meant, instead of just doing the work. Monday came, I turned it in, and guess what? He barely glanced at it before moving on. All that stress, all that wasted energy, for nothing. That's when I realized most things that steal our mental peace don't actually matter in the long run. Weaponizing indifference doesn't mean being careless. It means choosing what's worthy of your energy. It means seeing an annoying email and thinking, not worth my stress. It means watching someone else succeed and reminding yourself, their success doesn't take away from mine. It means rejecting emotional exhaustion over things you can't control and focusing on what you can. This isn't about being cold, it's about being in control. So stop letting unnecessary emotions slow you down. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everything is worth your mental energy. Next time you catch yourself spiraling over something small, take a step back and ask, will this matter in a month? If the answer is no, let it go. Indifference is power. Indifference is clarity. And when used correctly, indifference is a weapon. Use it wisely. Number 3, embrace the pay cut paradox. Taking a pay cut sounds like career suicide, right? Everything we've been told says we should be climbing the ladder, making more money, demanding raises, and flexing our financial progress like it's a badge of honor. But what if I told you that sometimes the smartest move you can make, the one that will set you up for massive success, is to willingly take less money? Sounds insane. Stay with me. We've all been there. Stuck in a job that pays well but drains the life out of us. Maybe the work is repetitive, the company's culture is toxic, or worst of all, you're not learning anything new, but you stay because, well, the money's good. And so every morning you drag yourself out of bed, caffeinate your misery, and convince yourself that hating your job is just part of being an adult. But deep down, you know you're stagnant. You know you're trading long-term growth for short-term comfort. I get it. I was in that exact position. Comfortable paycheck, predictable routine, zero fulfillment. Then an opportunity came up, a new role in a different industry that excited me. The catch? A significant pay cut. Every logical part of my brain screamed, "Are you crazy? You can't go backward." But the part of me that actually wanted progress knew better. I took the leap, and you know what happened? I leveled up faster than I ever did in my cushy, high-paying job. I learned new skills, built better connections, and within a couple of years, I wasn't just back to my old salary, I had surpassed it. That so-called step back was actually the best forward move I could have made. See, the real mistake isn't taking a pay cut. It's staying stuck in a job that caps your potential. Money is important, yes, but sometimes short-term sacrifice is the key to long-term success. Taking a pay cut to enter a better industry, work with smarter people, or gain rare skills isn't losing. It's investing. It's the difference between staying comfortable now and being unstoppable later. This isn't about throwing away financial security for no reason. It's about recognizing when staying is actually the bigger risk. The next time you hesitate to take a pay cut for the right opportunity, ask yourself, am I choosing comfort or am I choosing growth? Because in the long run, your earning potential isn't just tied to your current paycheck. It's tied to the skills, experiences, and networks you build. And sometimes the best way to win is to take one step back, so you can take 10 steps forward. Number 4, reject networking, build influence. Everyone tells you that networking is the key to success. Go to events, shake hands, collect business cards, send follow-up emails, rinse, repeat. But let's be honest, most networking feels forced, transactional, and painfully awkward. You stand in a room full of strangers pretending to be interested in small talk, hoping one of these random connections will magically open doors for you. Sound familiar? Here's the truth no one tells you. Networking is overrated. Influence is what actually matters. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't networking how you get ahead? Isn't it how people land big opportunities? Not really. Networking is just meeting people. Influence is when people remember you, respect you, and want to help you, even when you're not in the room. The problem? Most people are so focused on networking that they forget to be valuable. They collect contacts but never become someone worth connecting with. We've all seen it. The guy who's always networking but never actually doing anything. He's at every event, adding people on LinkedIn like it's a sport, but he has no real expertise, no strong opinions, and no actual influence. Meanwhile, the people who truly get ahead aren't the ones blindly networking. They're the ones who build reputations strong enough that opportunities come to them. I learned this the hard way. Early in my career, I spent hours networking, trying to meet the right people. I'd leave events with a stack of business cards, feeling like I'd accomplished something, but nothing ever came of it. Then I shifted my focus. Instead of chasing connections, I focused on building value. I started sharing my insights, helping people without expecting anything in return, and consistently proving my expertise. And guess what? The right people started coming to me. Instead of awkwardly introducing myself, I had people saying, "Hey, I've heard about your work. Let's talk." That's the difference between networking and influence. So stop forcing connections and start building influence. Share your knowledge. Be so good at what you do that people want to connect with you. Provide value without expecting immediate returns. Because when you have influence, you don't have to chase opportunities, they find you. And trust me, that's a much better position to be in. Number 5, quit more. Often, we've all been told the same thing: never quit. Keep pushing. Winners don't give up. But what if I told you that's terrible advice? What if quitting, strategic quitting, was actually the smartest thing you could do? Stick with me here. I'm not saying you should quit everything at the first sign of difficulty. I'm saying you should quit more often and quit the right things. Think about it. How many people do you know who are stuck in miserable jobs, toxic relationships, or dead-end projects just because they're afraid of being labeled a quitter. We've all been there, forcing ourselves to push through something that isn't working, convincing ourselves that if we just keep grinding, things will magically improve. But here's the truth. Persistence is only valuable if you're persisting in the right direction. I know what you're thinking. But isn't quitting just an excuse for laziness? Not at all. Quitting is about making room for something better. It's about cutting your losses before they become bigger losses. It's about freeing up your energy, your time, and your mental space for things that actually serve you. Winners don't blindly stick with things. Winners know when to walk away. I learned this lesson the hard way. A few years ago, I was working on a side business that I thought was my passion. I poured in time, money, and energy, but no matter what I did, it just wasn't taking off. Every instinct told me to push harder. After all, quitting meant failure, right? But then I asked myself, is this actually leading me anywhere? Or am I just afraid of looking like I gave up? That's when it hit me. I wasn't holding on to the business because it was working. I was holding on because I didn't want to admit it wasn't. So I quit. And you know what? That decision opened up space for something better, something that actually aligned with my skills and long-term vision. This isn't about quitting for the sake of quitting. It's about quitting strategically. It's about looking at your life and asking, is this worth my time? Is this leading me where I want to go? If the answer is no, then walking away isn't failure, it's intelligence. So, stop glorifying endurance for the sake of endurance. Quit more often, quit smarter, and most importantly, quit the things that hold you back, so you can win where it actually matters. Number 6, make work your slave, not your identity. We've all heard it before. What do you do? It's the default question at parties, networking events, even casual conversations. And let's be honest, the answer is almost always tied to our jobs. But here's the real question. When did work become who we are instead of just what we do? Somewhere along the way, we started equating our worth with our productivity, our identity with our job titles. It's subtle, but it creeps up on you. At first, you're just passionate about your work. Then, you start measuring your self-worth by your promotions, your achievements, your LinkedIn endorsements. And before you know it, your entire sense of self is wrapped up in how useful you are to someone else's bottom line. That's not ambition, that's a trap. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I love my work. Shouldn't I care about it? Of course, caring is great, mastery is great. But when your entire identity revolves around your job, what happens when the job changes? What happens when you get laid off, passed over, or, worst of all, realize you don't actually love it as much as you thought? You don't just lose a paycheck, you lose yourself. I learned this the hard way. A few years ago, I was pouring everything into my career. Long hours, no breaks, constantly checking emails like some kind of corporate watchdog. I thought it was dedication, but really, it was dependency. The moment something at work went wrong, a failed project, a difficult boss, an unexpected setback, I felt personally crushed. Why? Because I wasn't just losing at work. I felt like I was losing me. That's when I realized I needed to flip the script. Work should serve you, not the other way around. It should fund your dreams, fuel your lifestyle, and support the things that actually define who you are. Your passions, your relationships, your health, your peace of mind. Those are the things that should never be up for negotiation. Your job? It's just a tool, a means, not an end. So here's the shift. Stop treating work like your identity and start making it your slave. Use it. Milk it for the skills, the experiences, the financial freedom, but never let it own you. Because at the end of the day, You are so much more than a job title. You are a whole, complex, valuable human being, whether you're employed, unemployed, or choosing to take a damn nap at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Work is replaceable. You are not. Thanks for watching. I hope this video gave you a fresh perspective on how Stoic principles can transform the way you approach your career. If you found this helpful or insightful, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps more people discover this content. And if you want more strategies to build resilience, focus, and success in both work and life, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Know someone who could use a mindset shift? Share this video with them. It might be exactly what they need right now. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know. What's one Stoic principle you've used or plan to use in your career? Let's build a community of people who refuse to be controlled by external chaos and instead master their own mindset. Remember, real power isn't in chasing success. It's in how you handle everything that comes your way. Stay grounded, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.